Hello, mic testing 1 2 3.
Hello, mic testing 1 2 3.
Hello, and welcome once again to another live stream of SYWK podcast. My name is Desmond, and I will be sharing some ghost stories. If you also have ghost experiences, or if you'd like to talk anything about paranormal, you can join in and you can talk to me. So, welcome everyone, and really sorry. My last live stream was a month back. There were a lot of problems which I was trying to clear it out, and finally things are okay. So I'm back with another live stream. People who are there on Instagram, basically I'm live on YouTube, so do join me on my YouTube channel so that you get to know everything, so you can listen to everything. So Instagram is just open for notification. So Hani is there. Hani. Guten Tag, Hani. I hope you're doing. Hani, really appreciate the support and the message what you send me. It was really kind of you for believing in me. So thank you, Hani. Uh, Hani is there. Muskan is there. Hello, Muskan. I hope you are doing fine. It was a month. I was on a break and I'm back now. I hope you guys can hear me fine. If my audio is fine, I hope you can hear the background music as well. Please let me know in the comments if you can hear everything. Hani is saying, what problems? Personal problems, brother. I cannot disclose much, but yeah, I was going through a lot of things, but I'm okay now. Muskan is saying, hi, Hani. Hani is saying, I have drinking problems. Hani, hi Muskan. I said, good day, dear Desmond in German. Okay, good day, Hani. I hope you're doing fine. Hani, it's been a while now. You have been joining my live streams, but you have not entered the studio. You have not come and shared your experiences. I know you have a lot of experiences, but you don't. So please, and the only reason why I'm back is because I had promised myself that until and unless Hani does not come, I will not stop my YouTube journey. I'm going to continue that because I want to talk to Hani. In fact, everyone wants to hear Hani's story because he's been the most famous person on my channel. So, yeah. Anyways, the link of the stream is there in my description, so you can click the link, and if you'd like to join in, then please feel free to join in and share your experiences. Secondly, I have a target. So I have a target of 10K subscribers by end of 2023, and I believe that I am going to reach and achieve that target, but it is not possible without you guys. So I need you guys to like the stream right now, because if you like the stream, YouTube is going to push it and more people can join and more people can enjoy my horror stream. Secondly, you need to share with your friends and family who enjoy the horror stuff so they can subscribe, and the community, the SYWK family, can keep growing and growing and growing. So, yes, please don't forget to hit the bell icon and don't forget to subscribe. 10K subscribers by end of 2023. Honey, you should stream in German then. Oh my god. I can't stream stream in Hindi. I can't stream in any other language than German. That's a most difficult task. Muskan, Muskan home. She says, yes, Hani, awaiting your story narration. Yes, see, Muskan is there. Even Alex messaged me that, he will only join the stream if Hani comes and shares the story. So please. Hani is saying, I will narrate my story in German. Why not? I know I know we will not understand, but at least you come and you share. That's more than enough. Now, Hani is he's saying something in German, so I don't know what is this. Anyways, the chats will continue and we will carry on with the stream. So, in tonight's stream, I would be sharing a couple of stories which I have. Secondly, I also have a co-host who's going to join in soon. Her name is Swati Rao. I'm waiting for her. I have sent her a message. Let's hope that she joins in soon. And for people again who is there on Instagram, I have kept Instagram open only that you get notification so that you can join in on my YouTube channel. To find the link of my YouTube, it is there in my bio. So I'll be waiting for people to join in and share their experiences. Meanwhile, I would go ahead and first of all, before narrating a story, I would tell you something about a movie which I recently watched, which is The Nun 2, a movie review. Yes, I'll be also uploading a full episode and I have explained in detail about why I don't like the movie. So you need to watch that. So last week on 7th of this month, The Nun 2 released and I got a chance to watch the movie last night. And surprisingly, the movie is not great at all. There was a lot of hype. The first movie, also the Nun Part 1, it was okay. The only reason why I wanted to watch this movie is because it is the part of Conjuring universe. You all know that the Conjuring universe, there is Annabelle, there is Conjuring movies, and as well as Nun. So if you see has the whole picture, the Nun 2, it is this the story is just carrying forward with the universe. But individually, the movie is really not great because the way the movie has been directed, you can say it's very old school because stupid jump scares. Like we are just done with the jump scares. We need to have proper scary stories so that we get scared, not just make us scared for a minute. The story needs to be scary, and that's how the horror fans will enjoy. It's not a bad movie. I might give it 2 out of 5, but I don't think so that it is worth watching in a theater. I watched it at home. It's a decent movie. So I'll be uploading the complete movie review episode tomorrow on my channel. So go check it out, and then let me know your feedback. Anyways, in the comments also you can let me know your feedback on how did you enjoy the movie. Anyways, now we have Swati Rao who has joined in, so I will be getting her. So Swati, I'm getting you in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Desmond.
Hi Swati, can you hear me?
Long time since we've had this.
Yeah, it's almost a month now.
More
At
than a
least,
month.
yeah, I did a couple of streams because that was unplanned. I just immediately decided and I did that. But it's been a
Wow.
month. It's been a month that I've not been active.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, before we discuss ahead, there is another guest who has joined in. Alex is there. So let me get him as well because he will be narrating a story and then he'll need to leave quickly. So I'm getting Alex as well. Alex in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Hey, Desmond, can you hear me?
Hi, Alex. Yes, I can hear you.
Hey, after a long time. I don't have any story. I just, wanted to say hello to you and how are things with you? Hope Everything is okay.
Yeah, things are okay. Things are, can't say better, but yeah, things are okay. Going on. That's
No, it's good
life.
to see you in person.
So I know you don't have any story, but if you can narrate anything which you remember,
Let me think.
and there is a
Let me think.
surprise entry as well. Alex, can you believe it, guys? Can you believe it? Hani Pasha, who has
Honey
been there
Pasha.
on on my life for so at least for a year now. He's always on the
Honey
chat,
Pasha.
and yeah,
I
Swati,
think
I hope
he's
you
typing.
know
Yeah,
Hani
he
Pasha.
typed something in German few
Yeah,
minutes ago. You have a German, so your show is
international.
international. Yeah,
Yes.
but
I hope he narrates a story in German. I know I will not understand for sure. I think so. Swati will able to. Swati, I
A
remember. I
little
think so.
bit.
You,
I'm in
I think so.
Germany.
You, yeah. I think so. You had a conversation with him, at least on chats,
Yeah, a
because he
little bit
never
I'll be
came.
able to understand, but I think for the larger interest of this group, it'll be great if he's providing the translation.
So now what we'll do if Hani narrates the story tonight, Swati will translate that for us.
So I'm gonna make
I
up
think so.
whatever
That
I
will be.
want, whatever I
Yeah.
want.
Anyways, how
Hani,
will come to know? Anyways, no one will know now. So you can make up any story.
so Hani will probably be saying something like, and then she heard this noise in the attic, and I'll be saying something like, she was busy partying in the club.
Yeah. But you know what is the biggest mystery now? The biggest mystery is that if Hani will talk or if Hani will put his camera on because he's just there on the stream, but he's not saying anything. Hani, I hope you can hear. I think so. He's a bit shy, or you never know.
he's a surprise
Maybe
guest, I guess.
Hani is a ghost and he actually does not exist. That also can be possible. Quite
Or
strange.
maybe
See?
Honey died a few years ago.
Yeah. And after a
He's just
couple of
somehow
years, we'll
attached to
get
you.
to. Yeah. That will be scary. Even if when I
Mm.
was not doing my live stream, he was the person who actually messaged me in
Really?
German. Yeah. Like on YouTube, he commented something in German. And then I said, I am not available for a few days and blah, blah, blah. Then he said that, do you even know what did I say? Then I said, no. Then he said, I am working from Monday to Thursday from 8 to 5. That is what he typed in German. And I was wondering, why did he even do that? So he's a bit
He must be
strange.
high.
Yeah, as always. When he's sober, that is the question. Okay, I think so. Hani is going to be quiet for a while. But if Alex, if you have anything, any old stories or something, if you would like. By the way, did you watch the movie The Nun too?
No, I did not. I have got an old story, but it's not mine, to be honest.
No worries. We can.
But this was narrated by Varun Gandhi. You know Varun Gandhi, right? He's a famous comedian, stand-up
Yeah,
comedian.
yeah, yeah.
If I
So
see
the
his
story,
face, maybe I'll
On his
remember it.
YouTube channel, or did you see it on some show or something?
on his YouTube channel, ghost story only, but it was quite scary. So the story goes this way: there's a lady who wants to, travel from Borivali to Andheri. Okay, and this is back in 1970s. Sorry, not 1970s, 1980s. Where you know where RA
Mhm.
colony was not that developed. Even now, if you know Desmond, RA colony is still quite secluded, right?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, it's Varun Thakur, not Varun Gandhi. Varun Thakur. Yeah. So
Ah,
RA
Varun Thakur.
colony.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So RA colony back then was not that developed, and yeah, the story is from I think 1987. Okay. So there's a lady who somehow manages to get a cab, and that time you had those, you know yellow and black taxi. You might be aware, Desmond.
Hmm.
South Mumbai, you might still find a few.
Hmm.
So that lady sits in the cab, and they try to get into a small conversation. So she asked this driver, so how long you have been driving in night shift? So he calmly says it's been 12 years, 12 years give or take.
Hmm.
So the lady's like, okay, so have you experienced anything paranormal during your you know during your tenure?
Hmm.
So he doesn't say a word. Okay, he's quiet. And it's a 1 hour journey from Boreli to Andheri, and now they are about to enter into a lane, an entire stretch of 3 to 5 kilometers. Okay, which is in RA. You are aware about RA, right? It is
Yes, yes,
supposed to
yeah.
be the most haunted place in Mumbai.
Mumbai, yeah.
So yeah, the worst part is now, that stretch is not well lit. Okay, and it is pitch dark. Okay, it is pitch dark, and even now that lane does not have any street lights. So
Hmm.
the driver is calmly driving his cab, and this lady is sitting right opposite to the driver on the left hand side of the cab. And then through a peripheral vision, she can see a lady sitting on the right hand side of the cab, in the taxi.
Okay.
And her hair is all messed up, and her clothes are all torn off. And this lady is constantly grinning at the cab, the lady who's sitting in the cab. She has this wicked smile. Okay, so
Hmm.
this lady doesn't have the guts to look at, I mean, obviously it's a ghost, and she doesn't want to look in the direction where this ghost is sitting. So she tries her best to look straight, to the driver, and she tries to communicate as well. She wants to establish a communication with the driver, but the driver is looking dead straight. Okay, on the road. He doesn't even look into the rear view mirror, and almost 20 minutes pass by, and this lady does not have the guts to look to her right. Somehow she reaches to her destination. She gets out. Okay, the moment she gets out, she's not even looking to her right. Okay, till now she pays money to that cab driver. Okay, as per the meter, and the cab driver takes the money, and he looks at this lady, and I mean, at this time, this lady is not able to control her emotions, right? She's crying. She starts to cry. So the cab driver gently looks at this lady, and he asks, "You also saw her too in the back seat, didn't you?"
Oh, shit.
Creepy, very creepy.
Oh, God.
So that's the reason the cab driver did not want to answer the lady's question when she asked, "Did you experience any paranormal activity?"
Shit, man.
So
It's quite creepy. This is Varun Thakur's story.
yeah, Varun Thakur's story. I
Ah,
don't know.
okay.
I might have completely uh, diverted the story, but yeah, the crux of the story is the same.
Hmm. Yeah, it's creepy. There is a similar story which one of my neighbors had told me.
Hmm.
So this was so my neighbor's uncle was a taxi driver in Bandra,
Mm-hmm.
and he used to basically drive his taxi after 10 o'clock. So he used to do night shift basically.
Okay.
So in Bandra or in Santa Cruz, there is a red
Mm-hmm.
light area, and the red light area is more active after midnight.
Hmm.
So he had a set of clients where he used to pick them up and drop them to a particular hotel.
Hmm.
So one evening when he went to pick someone up, he could see that there is a female waving to stop the taxi. So he goes there and he stops the taxi. Now he hears the sound of the door opening and closing.
mm,
and there is a voice which comes from behind saying that you drop me to not a hotel but an unusual location.
mm,
And normally, he has been driving for so many years, so he knows that if a call girl or a prostitute takes a taxi at this particular time, they have to go to a hotel or a motel or XYZ. That was their daily route. But he found it strange because it kept happening every night that this particular female, he never saw her face, but he just could see that when he's driving, he could just see that someone like the same female is stopping him. She's opening the
mm,
door, closing, and when she leaves, she used
mm,
to throw the money on the front seat. That's it. So he has never seen
mm,
if he, and the biggest thing was he was a bit scared to even look in the mirror.
mm,
After couple of days, not weeks, after a couple of days, he decided that tonight if I get the same customer, I am going to start having a conversation and want, because he wanted to know why she wants to be dropped at an unusual location where there is no hotel, there is no building, there's nothing, it's just like an empty land. So that evening again, when he was driving and he found that female at the same spot from where he picks her up, he decided to have a conversation. And he was he started with like, hi, good evening, how are you, I wanted to ask you a couple of questions, this, that, and all. And then when he got a response from the person who was sitting behind, he was a bit in peace, because he assumed that there is something fishy, but then after that, okay, he realized that it is a normal human being. And then he looked at the rearview mirror as well, and then he could see a normal female. But when he stopped the car, now when you stop the car at that same location, obviously it will take at least 5 to 10 seconds to open the door, close the door, and then go up. But the minute he stopped the car and he looked behind to say, thank you, madam, I had a nice conversation, there was no one. Now, to date, I still don't know if this is something paranormal or this was in his mind. He got scared to an extreme level that he stopped driving taxi. He found another job or something and he stopped driving taxi. According to him, he feels it is paranormal, but there is no logical explanation as well, because obviously, you when you stop a car, you need to open the door, and the olden time taxis, right? That Fiat car. So it's not that you can open the window and you can just jump out from the window. So I'm not sure exactly if this is something paranormal, but he felt that something was off that night, and then he never drove taxi after that. I don't know. It can be true, it can't be true. So, what do you feel? What do both of you all feel? Swati is just quite.
I'm just listening and absorbing in this knowledge after so many months. I've not listened to ghost stories for like 2 months, and now suddenly when all this is coming, I'm like, oh god, it's back to being scared again.
Oh god, crazy.
I have a question though with your taxi story. Um, how did you get the story again? I forgot the beginning. As in, like, how do you know about this?
My neighbor, so like, has kids growing up, when we were just chilling, the best thing was to share ghost stories.
Mm.
So my neighbor had told me the story about.
And she believed it was real, right?
Yeah, she believed it because her uncle had told, because the uncle still believes that. But obviously, when you listen to so many
Hmm.
stories, you try to find out if there is a logical explanation. So the story is that I can't find a logical explanation, and I'm not sure if it is something paranormal or not paranormal. So
Yeah, that is why I wanted to know. Is this story from a very reliable source, or
yes, it is. Yeah, it
someone
is.
who
It is.
tends to exaggerate?
And I've seen that uncle as well, because he has been coming to my place as well. And once, like, we had a conversation, he said that yeah, I had some kind of experience, but then he did not go in detail. And that time we were kids, so he did not wanted to make us scared or something.
Scared, yeah, yeah. But it's definitely creepy. Even though I feel
Hmm.
like this can't be real, it just
Hmm.
still creeps me out.
Yeah, it can.
Because there are some stories like this, which I think the Alex story was a little more believable.
Hmm.
From okay, this is possible, but in there are some stories like what you've narrated, which are
Hmm.
like that no way this could happen, but they still scare you, and you still feel like maybe anything is possible.
Yeah, anything is possible. Before before we go ahead, there is a Viral also who has joined in, so I will need to get him as well. But before that, Hani says, "Nice story, Alex." And the best part is, Hani said that I don't have the guts to narrate the story. So this is also not believable. What do you feel, Swati and Alex? Because it's been so many years now. He's just not coming and narrating a story. I have a
He's a
doubt on
mute
him.
spectator. He's just a mute spectator.
No, no, I have a doubt on him that he's a ghost. He's been dead for many years, and
Or
as
probably
Alex
he's
Germany.
said,
just your secret admirer.
yeah. Oh my God, maybe that also from Germany. At least from India, though, someone should be.
Or
Germany
Middle
so
East.
far.
Or maybe
Yeah,
Honey. I think Honey is a girl's name, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
This
I'm
must be
not
a
sure.
German chick. Yeah.
I don't
This
know.
is what you guys want to believe. This is
Yeah,
your,
this is what we can. This
you
is what we
want to
can believe.
believe this. This is your dream.
Yeah. Okay. Aviral is trying to join in. I'll just get him as well. Let me see. Today, I don't know. Suddenly, after so many months, a lot of people are joining. That also at once. Hello. Okay, he joined and then he left. Aviral, I'll get. You can join in. I'll add you. Belisa Fernandez is saying, "Hi Swati, just one question, please. Can someone survive in Germany German if her German is below A1?" Okay.
No, no, you can't. Which is why I'm also planning to leave actually, because my German is not very good. So I'm planning to leave in like 1 or 2 years' time.
Okay, so Belisa, this is a horror live podcast YouTube channel, not a IELTS class, so or whatever, so, so this question's it's okay. You can ask us this question as well.
Immigration question for free.
Yeah, no immigration questions here. Okay, Aviral has also joined in. I am getting him in three, two, and one. Everyone has joined in. Hani has also joined in, but it's good. At least he came.
Hello, hello, Desmond bhai. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I am very well, bhai. I hope everything is going well.
Going on good. You have any
So it's
story
been a
for us
long time,
tonight?
bhai, and
हाँ.
नॉट एग्जैक्टली स्टोरी बट यस थोड़ा सा क्या है ना कि मेरी एक कुछ ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन है ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन जर्नी है
Hmm.
इन चीजों को लेकर सो दैट आई वुड लाइक टू शेयर एक्चुअली क्या था लास्ट टाइम व्हेन आई कनेक्टेड विद यू आपको मैंने बताया था कि थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम चल रही थी घर में
Hmm.
एंड आई हैड कॉन्टेक्टेड अ पैरानॉर्मल एन एक्सपर्ट हु इज वेरी नोन नाउ दीस
Hmm.
डेज राइट तो उनको उनको मैंने घर वर की अपनी फोटो भेजी तो ही हैड आस्क्ड फॉर द फोटोग्राफ एंड ऑल दोस थिंग्स तो उसमें तो कुछ नहीं निकला बट ही हैड सजेस्टेड मी मेडिटेशन राइट तो
Hmm.
मेडिटेशन मैंने रेगुलरली मैंने करना शुरू किया तो ऑलमोस्ट जब 1.5 मंथ 2 मंथ हो गए मैं व्हेन आई गॉट रेगुलर विद दैट प्रैक्टिस तो एक दिन क्या होता है कि ऐसे मैं बैठा हूँ मेडिटेशन में
But
और मुझे ऐसा लगा कि जैसे क्या
उसके पहले, if you can just give us a recap for
मैंने
people
आपकी
who
आवाज
can you can hear me?
डेफिनेट भाई लैग आ रहा है थोड़ा सा आई थिंक
अभी आवाज
यस
आ
आई
रहा है?
कैन हियर यू अब आ रही है आवाज
उसके पहले, if you can
हाँ
just
जी
give us
ब्रदर आ
a
रही है
if you can give us a recap of the story, so
प्लीज एक बार रिपीट
people who
करेंगे प्लीज थोड़ा डिस्कनेक्शन हो गया
अभी आ रहा है आवाज?
मुझे आई थिंक लग रहा है फिर से मैं एक बार कनेक्ट करता हूँ, थोड़ा सा लैग हो रहा है, एक बार मैं फिर
शायद
से एक बार
से,
कनेक्ट करने की ट्राई करता हूँ।
शायद से। ठीक है, आप कनेक्ट कर लो वापस।
हाँ, क्योंकि आपकी आवाज ना थोड़ी सी वो ब्रेक हो रही है ब्रदर, तो मैं कई बार क्या हो रहा है कि मैं वो समझ नहीं पा रहा हूँ, आपकी बात ब्रेक हो जा रही है, मोमेंटम ब्रेक हो रहा है। सो लेट
आपका
मी
कैमरा ऑफ करो ना।
कनेक्ट, ट्राई एंड कनेक्ट वंस अगेन।
हाँ ठीक है, नो प्रॉब्लम।
मे बी आई थिंक कुड बी, लेट मी, आई थिंक इज इट ओके नाउ?
अभी आ रहा है आवाज?
हाँ, अभी आ रही है, अभी बराबर है आवाज।
हाँ, सो उसके
आई
पहले
थिंक
यू
थोड़ा
गिव अस अ
कनेक्ट।
recap of what you had told us before, so people who are new on the
सी,
channel, even they'll get to know.
हाँ हाँ,
आप शॉर्ट में बताओ।
श्योर। एंड हाँ, शॉर्ट में ऐसा था कि ब्रदर अभी क्या था कि हमने एक न्यू प्रॉपर्टी परचेज की थी, दैट वाज इन अक्टूबर 2022। तो हमने अक्टूबर 2022 पे मूव इन किया उस प्रॉपर्टी के अंदर। सो ऐसा था कि जब से हमने मूव इन किया था ना, उसमें कुछ स्ट्रेंज चीजें हो रही थी कि जैसे फाइनेंशियल फ्रंट पे तो लॉसेस हो ही रहते हैं हमें, मतलब और स्ट्रेंज रीजन जैसे वो लॉसेस ऐसे थे कि जो बनते नहीं थे होने, बट स्टिल दे वर हैपनिंग, राइट। तो वो चीजें हो रही थी। उसके अलावा मतलब कोई हेल्थ के इश्यूज हैं, मतलब ये कॉन्स्टेंटली चला रहा था कि 6-8 महीने उस घर में कुछ सुकून से नहीं बीत रहे थे, कि मतलब हर महीने कुछ ना कुछ एक बैड न्यूज आ ही रही है, मतलब परेशान हो मेंटली। अगर कुछ नई भी न्यूज है तो आपके माइंड में एक चीज बैठी है कि यार अभी कुछ हो गया, अभी कुछ होगा, अभी कुछ होगा। तो कहीं ना कहीं आपका जो मेंटल पीस है वो डिस्टर्ब है उस घर के अंदर, राइट। तो ऐसा हो रहा था कि मतलब फिर मैंने एक पैरानॉर्मल इन्वेस्टिगेटर है, मतलब आई थिंक आजकल बहुत रिनाउंड है, अ, मैं वो बता देता हूँ, सेवियो फुटाडो। मिस्टर सेवियो फुटाडो बहुत वेल नोन गाय नाउ दीस डेज। तो मैंने उनसे कांटेक्ट किया, तो इनिशियली उन्होंने फोटोग्राफ मांगी, तो फोटोग्राफ में उनको कोई एनर्जी ऐसी आई नहीं, मतलब, राइट। बट उनसे मैंने बस, उन्होंने बस ये कहा कि थोड़ा सा यू जस्ट गो इनटू मेडिटेशन, थोड़ा तुम मेडिटेट आप करो। जो मेरी उनसे बात हुई थी, उनसे मैंने पूछा कि कोई प्रिकॉशन रखना है, तो प्रिकॉशन बस उन्होंने कहा कि थोड़ा सा जैसे आप, मैं उनसे उन्होंने थोड़ा मेरे बारे में पूछा, तो क्या आपका मतलब मेडिटेट करते हो, वो ऑल दोस थिंग्स। तो उन्होंने कहा कि थोड़ा मेडिटेट करके ट्राई करो, तो आई जस्ट स्टार्टेड मेडिटेटिंग। तो जब मेडिटेशन में मेरा मतलब 1-1.5 महीना बीत गया, तो एक दिन क्या था कि मेरे को ऐसा रियलाइज हुआ कि जैसे आई वाज इन मेडिटेशन और फोकस बन गया था। जैसे क्या होता है, मेडिटेशन की एक स्टेज होती है कि जहाँ पहले आप अपनी जो ब्रेथ है, आपके थॉट्स हैं, थोड़े स्टेबलाइज होते हैं। फिर एक स्टेज आती है कि चीजें जब स्टेबलाइज हो जाते हैं चीजें, और आप शांत हो जाते हो, और फिर आप थोड़ा सा डीप जाना स्टार्ट करते हो। तो उस टाइम मुझे ऐसा रियलाइज हुआ कि जैसे कोई चीज पास हो रही है। एक्चुअली क्या था कि मेरा जो लेफ्ट लेफ्ट मतलब मेरे बॉडी के लेफ्ट साइड जो लेफ्ट जो मेरा स्टमक का पार्ट है, लेफ्ट और लेफ्ट हैंड, ऐसा लगा कि कोई गर्म चीज जैसे टच करके होकर गुजरी मुझे। ऐसा फील हुआ कुछ, जैसे एक हीट होती है ना, हीट एनर्जी बॉडी के एक स्पेसिफिक पार्ट को टच करते हुए, जैसे लगा कि कोई चीज टच होकर निकलती है। जैसे ऐसा नहीं लगता कई बार कि कोई इंसान, हम वॉक कर रहे हैं, किसी से हम क्लैश होता है तो थोड़ा सा टच होती है बॉडी, वैसा मतलब था। तो वैसा एक अजीब सा लगा, जैसे कुछ गरम सा फील हुआ कि जैसे कोई एनर्जी है। एंड ट्रस्ट मी, उसके बाद ना पता नहीं चीजें स्टेबलाइज हो गई हैं अब। उसके बाद ऐसा कोई इशू नहीं आ रहा, आई थिंक चीजें आर वेल सॉर्टेड। अब ऐसा कोई इशू नहीं आ रहा, आई थिंक अब चीजें यार प्रीटी मच इन प्लेस। टचवुड, तब से अभी तक कोई ऐसी प्रॉब्लम हुई नहीं है। सो एक ये एक चीज है। और थोड़ा मैं क्या है कि इधर मैंने मेडिटेशन प्रैक्टिस मैंने थोड़ी शुरू किया है, थोड़ा मैं रेगुलर हो गया हूँ। तो आई डोंट नो, पता नहीं क्या है कि मतलब एक थोड़ी सी चीज हल्की सी अब शुरू हुई है डेवलप होना, कि मुझे एक वाइब अब आ जा रही है जगह की। ये अगर थोड़ा सा आप कहीं जा रहे हो ना, तो एक वाइब जो फील होती है ना किसी जगह की, कि एनर्जी क्या है, वो एनर्जी थोड़ी सी अब वो फील होनी शुरू हो गई है। तो ये एक थोड़ा सा चेंज आया है। आई थिंक वी लास्ट वी हैड अ वर्ड इन अराउंड मार्च, और मार्च के
करेक्ट।
बाद अभी हम कनेक्ट कर रहे हैं। तो ये थोड़ा सा चेंज आया है कि थोड़ा सा मतलब एक जो कहते हैं कि अब स्पिरिचुअल जर्नी होती है, कि जहाँ चीजों को थोड़ा आप एक अलग पर्सपेक्टिव से देखते हो, चीजों को थोड़ा बेटर तरीके से कॉम्प्रिहेंड करते हो, थोड़ी आपको वाइब्स आनी शुरू हो जाती है कुछ अगर गलत है आसपास तो। अगर आप किसी पर्सन से भी मिल रहे, सपोज डिफरेंस ये है कि अगर मैं किसी इंडिविजुअल से भी मिलता हूँ अपनी रियल लाइफ में, तो वहां भी मुझे कहीं ना कहीं एक एनर्जी आनी शुरू हो जाती है कि इस इंसान की इंटेंशन कुछ ठीक नहीं लग रही है ऐसा, या फिर ये इंसान ठीक है। तो ये चेंज आना शुरू हुआ है कि जहाँ मुझे अब थोड़ी सी वाइब्स आने लगी हैं, और मैं करीब 6-7 महीने हो चुके हैं, आई एम क्वाइट रेगुलर विद प्रैक्टिस नाउ। तो
दैट्स
ये थोड़ी सी एक ट्रांस तो थोड़ी एक ये मेरी ट्रांसफॉर्मेशनल जर्नी रही है। और इधर थोड़ा सा क्या है कि मैं जैसे एक तो जिस जो हम बात करते हैं स्पिरिट्स और उसकी एक स्पिरिचुअल साइड भी रहती है थोड़ी सी, राइट? कि क्या वो रहता है स्पिरिचुअल साइड की, जहाँ पे थोड़ी सी आप एनर्जीज को फील करना शुरू करते हो आप। कैसे भी होता है कि जैसे ऐसे भी कई बार स्टोरीज होती है कि जैसे हमको कई बार आप ऐसे परेशान हो, आप लाइफ में यू आर इनटू बैडली इनटू समथिंग, किसी सिचुएशन में फंस गए हो एंड यू आर डेस्परेटली लुकिंग फॉर अ वे आउट। तो वहां कई बार आपको फील होता है कि देयर इज समथिंग, कुछ अंदर है कुछ आपके, फ्रॉम वेयर यू आर गेटिंग डायरेक्शंस, यू डोंट नो व्हाट इट इज, आपके अंदर है बट यू डोंट हैव एनी क्लियर आंसर। तो ये एक दो मोमेंट से भी ऐसा हुआ है। तो ये छोटे छोटे अभी मतलब चेंजेस आने शुरू हुए हैं मेरे अंदर, जहाँ अभी एक जर्नी रही है इंटरेस्टिंग सी थोड़ी। मुझे लगता है कि मेरे अंदर ये थोड़ा सा एक नया चेंज आ रहा है। सो आई
Oh, and we lost Aviral. I mean, we didn't actually lose him, means he lost his connection. Sorry, my bad. Uh, okay, he has joined in. हाँ.
यस ब्रदर।
Hmm.
तो
So,
ये थोड़ा सा चेंज आया, तो आई थिंक अब जी जी प्लीज।
so, so overall, मतलब everything is good now. सब positive है.
अभी मतलब पॉजिटिव है आई थिंक। मतलब थोड़ी सी क्या होता है कि जैसे आई आई हैव बीन फीलिंग क्वाइट कॉन्फिडेंट। अब उतना जैसे कह रहे हैं कि पहले कांस्टेंट फियर था माइंड में कि कुछ बुरा होने वाला है, कुछ बुरा होने वाला है। थैंकफुली दैट हैज गॉन अवे, खासकर
Hmm.
उस इंसिडेंट के बाद वेयर आई फेल्ट दैट हीट पासिंग थ्रू माय बॉडी।
Hmm. So it was some. So do you feel it was something? Like there was some negative energy, and then after your meditation and all, you started having much more positive mindset. क्या लगता है?
यार ब्रदर देखो सच बताऊं, आप थोड़ा सा लैग आ रहा है कि 10 मिनट भाई आपका, कैन यू प्लीज रिपीट? मैं सुन नहीं पाया मुझे कहा।
Do you feel more positive now, like after everything?
थोड़ा सा आई थिंक, मतलब एकदम तो नहीं कहूंगा।
हाँ, पर वो जर्नी है तो टाइम लगेगा ही, बट इट इज मच बेटर देन बिफोर, राइट? जैसा मार्च में
आई
था,
थिंक
अभी
यस
तो
आई
नहीं है।
नहीं, अभी आई थिंक थोड़ा सा मैं अभी कॉन्फिडेंट हो गया। घर में भी थोड़ा सा कहना है कि मैं वाइब चेंज देख रहा हूँ मैं उसके बाद से। घर की वाइब्स भी एकदम से ओवरटर्न हुई है थोड़ी सी। जैसे इस बीच में क्या हो गया था ना ऐसा कि किसी का काम में मन नहीं लग रहा। माई सिस्टर इज स्टिल स्टडिंग, आई एम वर्किंग, माई
हम्म,
फादर इज अ वर्किंग पर्सन। तो घर में किसी का मन नहीं लग रहा था काम में, राइट? सब
हम्म।
लोग थोड़े से डिस्टर्ब थे, डिस्ट्रैक्टेड थे अपने काम से। अपना अपना काम कोई नहीं कर रहा था, बट टचवुड एवरीथिंग हैज बीन ऑन ट्रैक एवर सिंस देन। Especially that moment where I felt
हाँ,
that heat while meditating.
तो फिर जब यू कॉन्टेक्टेड सावियो, तो उसने क्या बोला कि कोई
हम्म।
नेगेटिव एनर्जी नहीं है, सिर्फ यू हैव टू डू मेडिटेशन?
मतलब उन्होंने कहा कि घर में तो कोई ऐसी प्रॉब्लम नहीं बताई थी।
हम्म।
उन्होंने कहा कि घर में जैसे क्या करते हैं, ही आस्क फॉर दी फोटोग्राफ्स। तो वेर कि मैं फोटोग्राफ्स देखूंगा, अगर मेरे को लगता है कि ऐसा कुछ बैड वाइब्स अगर आएगी तो आई विल टेल यू कि व्हाट टू डू नेक्स्ट। बट
हम्म।
आफ्टर ही वेंट थ्रू दी फोटोग्राफ्स ही फाउंड नथिंग। ही सेड देयर इज नथिंग सच इन योर हाउस। बट मे बी आई थिंक क्या होता है कि कई बार हम, क्योंकि हम लास्ट प्रॉपर्टी में रह रहे थे, तो
हम्म।
वहां से भी मे बी हो सकता है कि कुछ रहा हो, कोई एनर्जी साथ आ गई हो,
अटैच
हु नोज आई मीन।
अटैच हुआ था, अच्छा, या और मे बी दिस केम अलोंग विथ यू ऑल, इट वाज नॉट द हाउस, मे बी इट वाज ऑन समवन, पता नहीं, आई डोंट नो, आई एम नॉट एन एक्सपर्ट. Okay, Swati, I'm not sure if you know about Savio, but there is a paranormal group. Savio is there. There is Sarbajit Monte, and there is Pooja Vijay. They have off lately, uh, just boomed on YouTube after they came on Ranveer's Beer Biceps YouTube channel. So they are good. You should follow them. Quite
Oh,
interesting.
nice. Okay, I didn't know this. I
Check them
will.
out. They have a book as well. I have their book. They have written a book as well. They are actually a paranormal investigation team. I'm planning to invite them as well on the channel.
Ooh,
Let's hope.
very cool. We should.
Yeah, let's hope.
So they go traveling and discover these locations, or and
Yes, yes,
investigate and
yes,
all
yes.
of that.
Yes, and there is an exciting thing which they do is basically like a ghost tourism where every month they select a different city and they will take you to that place and they will show you how they investigate with all their devices and XYZ. It's quite fun. It's quite interesting as well.
Oh, nice. Okay, so this is a proper job for them. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, it is a proper job for them. And now they're booming on YouTube, so let's hope I will invite them soon. Aviral is still there. Aviral, आवाज आ रहा है?
हाँ जी, हाँ जी, ब्रदर आवाज आ रहा है। एक्चुअली थोड़ा सा क्या है कि वाईफाई डिस्टर्ब है थोड़ा सा, तो दैट्स व्हाई बार बार वो थोड़ा फ्लक्चुएशन हो रहा है।
हम्म।
सो यस, हाँ, या तो ये, हाँ प्लीज आप एक बार कुछ कह रहे थे प्लीज।
तो ओवरऑल मतलब सब ठीक है ना अभी? मतलब इन
अभी
प्रोसेस
ठीक है,
है
आई थिंक
बट
क्या है
इट
कि
इज बेटर।
इट इज बेटर, आई थिंक चीजें स्टेबलाइज हो गई है, मतलब वी हैव, मतलब हम बैक टू नॉर्मल हो चुकी है चीजें, जैसा कि हमारी पहले उसमें थे, राइट। तो पहले क्या था कि जैसे ऐसा लगा कि जैसे देयर वाज समथिंग, वो जो एनर्जी था, जो मोमेंट था कि वेयर आई फेल्ट दैट एनर्जी, दैट समथिंग पास थ्रू माय बॉडी, वो आई थिंक अगर मैं देखूं तो वहां से थोड़ा सा मतलब एक बेटर हो गई है चीजें, थोड़ा नहीं काफी बेटर हो गई है। मतलब इन टर्म्स ऑफ परसेंटेज बात करूं तो इट्स 45% बेटर हो चुकी है चीजें पहले से। सो थिंग्स आर ऑन द राइट ट्रैक, और आई थिंक वो घर की थोड़ी सी वाइब भी वापस आ गई है, और आई थिंक सब लोग अपने अपने काम को अब इंजॉय कर रहे हैं, दे आर, अब सब लोग का थोड़ा जो डिस्ट्रैक्शन था काम से, वो आई थिंक दैट इज एंडेड। और मैं भी
बट
एक्सपीरियंस कर रहा हूँ कि मैं भी आई थिंक,
now, Aviral, there is one thing actually I want to tell Aviral, Swati, and everyone who's listening. It just happened with me 2 nights before. So, you know, work, lot of pressure is there, and so many other things are running in my mind. And I was not doing my YouTube thing as well. So, I recorded my first episode, and then I had to do a movie review, which the movie which has released called as Nun 2. So I was watching the movie. Okay. So normally I always like to watch a horror movie in theater, but time nahi mila, so I just downloaded the movie and then I started watching with my earphones and full interest ke sath. Suddenly in between of the movie I fell off to sleep because I was tired and it was late night and I had to go to work next day as well. But Swati, I'm not joking. When I got up, the same night, I got up with the fear that there is someone in my house, and I actually could kind of see the nun which was there in the movie. I know that was the mind which was playing with me, but it screwed me up so badly that for at least some time I could not understand what is the reality and what is not. It took me time, uh, and as everyone knows, I get scared a lot. I said my prayers and all, and then I was kind of fine. So eventually I feel there is something negative, but if you think positive, then maybe, I don't know. What do you feel, Swati?
The target audience is you, and they've reached you well. Because the goal of the movie is to have scared the person, which they've done.
Yeah, I think so. But I fell off to sleep. And I don't know if the movie was boring or if I was too tired. But yeah.
But I can relate to this because just the day before yesterday, I
Hmm.
watched the Boogeyman, the 2023 Boogeyman. So there are multiple versions of this. I watched the latest one, and I thought it was an average movie, nothing great. It was okay.
Hmm.
But then, when just before I was going to sleep, so basically the movie, it has a shadow in the closet, and then later, it becomes like a full blown monster. But the
Hmm.
shadow in the closet is the beginning that scares you, and then you have these
Oh.
shadows that are you can see in the closet, and which you can see near on the walls and everything. And then
Hmm.
right before I went to sleep, I turned off my bed light, and
Hmm.
then I started feeling like, okay, it's too dark, and I was feeling uneasy, and my closet is also right next to my bed. So I
Hmm.
started feeling like very uneasy and okay, I can sense shadows and all of that. And then I convinced myself that okay, this is so stupid. I didn't even like the movie that much, and now I'm, scared. And then I was like, okay,
Yeah,
I'm just going to turn on the bed light. So I turned on the bed light and then slept.
it is that after movie effect for for
Mm.
sure. Let's read the chats because a lot of people are saying I have not read the chats. Uh, okay, Nikki has also joined in. Okay. Nikki, I was telling you and telling everyone that, this paranormal team, which is Sarvajit Monte and Pooja Vijay and Savio, they do this ghost tourism. So Nikki didn't know that. She said, I didn't know the tourist part. So you should actually, if you are in India, you should try it. It's quite interesting. Then Hani is though he's in his own this holy world. I will invite Annabelle. It seems in Aviril's house. That also. Uh, Whenever you see a nun, you must ask for blessing. Oh my God, she'll bless us in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
Nikki saying I watched the movie The Host with my brother-in-law one night, and I was joking how we are now part of the ritual. Shit started to happen. Oh my God, is this something serious or I don't know. Muskan is saying, Swati, I saw that one too. The Boogeyman. Actually, I have not seen the movie. Is it worth watching it? Is it like scary or like what like how, would you recommend me to watch the movie?
It's pretty average as the movie progresses. So in the beginning, you find it a little scary because it's the whole closet bit and the shadows. But then, as the movie progresses, in the middle and end, it's a monster movie. It's less about ghosts and more about the actual monster. I think you remember in Stranger Things, if you watched it, like there's a monster, that creepy crawly monster. It was like that, which for me doesn't make sense in a horror movie because they marketed it as a proper horror movie. So I did not like that bit.
But you know what? When I was having a conversation with one of the authors, Neil De Silva, he's India's,
Mm-hmm.
this paranormal writer, ghost writer, whatever. So he told me once that even in horror, there are different subgenres, which
Yeah, yeah, that is correct.
like if see for me zombie movies and for me there is this movie called as Evil Dead, so I was really
Mm-hmm.
excited. Okay, and I went with a friend. We both were excited, and then after that it was just like I did not find that like a horror movie. It was just like it was, I don't know what kind of genre you can call this, but I think so. You watched the movie Evil Dead or you haven't watched it?
I have.
You
That
have
is
like
again, Evil
what
Dead
kind
is.
of like you can call this, what category you
It
can
is
call
a
it?
zombie category, right? Evil Dead.
It's, yeah, kind of like for me horror maybe. Okay, the first part of Insidious or maybe Conjuring as well. That is kind of scary if the Ed and Lauren story is there. But then even Stranger Things, I don't find that uh, scary, or I don't find that in the horror genre. It's just like a high school stupid web series which we all enjoy. To be honest,
Yeah,
I
but they
like it.
try to make Vecna a scary character because Vecna is like
Yeah,
a proper, what do you call? It's
yeah.
as though he's come from hell.
He looks like, but it's not scary. It is not scary. Muskan is saying, and I could not sleep at night. Was checking the closet too. Oh my god! So people are getting affected, huh? Because I got affected with none for sure. At least with whatever I watched.
And Hani Pasha is saying that he watched a horror series called Lieber's Kind, Dear Child. So I thought that was a thriller. I didn't know that's a horror series.
Hmm.
It's there on Netflix. It's trending on
Is
Netflix,
it?
Dear Child.
Is it new now? It's
It's
just
new.
released.
It's new.
Okay, it's time to watch. See, for me, horror, pure horror, if you can say, is that the Haunting of the Hill House. The first,
Ah, yes, yes.
that is pure horror for me. Like like the story,
Yeah.
and then how the director directed it, the screenplay and all. That is something interesting.
Even Bly Manor.
I'm really sorry, but Hani is saying I check my closet for remaining whiskey. Desmond, some German horror movies are damn scary. Yes, my German friend, you should come and share that on live, not by commenting. Swati, $1 million question. Do you think Hani will ever come on the stream and he'll ever share a story? Because
Nine.
I because
Nine
I
is no
feel
in German.
nine, huh? Yeah, nine,
Nine.
Hani. I doubt because if he ever does, then I think so. I'll stop my life forever because once he comes.
I
Okay,
actually
Nikki.
watched another horror movie 2 days ago. No,
Hmm.
yeah, which is I think you must have seen this. It's Conjuring Part 3. The Devil Made Me Do It.
Yeah. That I watched it. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a legal case where
Hmm.
the defense was he was possessed and that's why he did this. That was
Hmm.
pretty nice, I thought. It's not a
Yeah.
very typical horror movie because there was like a case involved and they had to prove it, but it
Hmm.
had all the horror elements and it was also a nice story and everything.
Hmm. See, eventually the story should be nice. Uh, that's the main factor. But then if you put like killing and this and that and all, then
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the
But
Final Destination, I don't count that as a horror movie.
oh my God, yeah. That was just after the initial, you understand what the movie is about. Oh, it's just
Hmm.
this after point, it's like, what is this? They just like, on their own trip doing random things and they're making this as a movie.
The writer might be high on something and he might be writing something and he reached to another world while writing only. Then he said, let's make a movie on this.
Mhm.
Doesn't make sense. What Nikki is saying, it wasn't too major, but at first I heard someone knocking on window and my brother-in-law heard the door rattle and we both looked at each other and when did you hear that? Uh, I can't read it. It happened multiple times. Maybe it can be. I will not say that it is not true, but it can be something paranormal. But if you watch a movie and then immediately you feel something paranormal, then I feel that it's just your mind tricking. Because I never expected that, while watching Nun 2, I will fall off asleep and then I will get up. And that also, I got up with a start and
Yeah.
I could actually,
You don't really know the impact
yeah.
a movie has until, um, either you should let some time pass or it's
Hmm,
like if you're put in a situation.
hmm, yeah, quite scary. Anyways, we will continue with our conversation. Swati, I guess you had told me you wanted to leave as well early. So before you go ahead and leave us because you wanted to fry fish, that is what you told me.
Not fish, it's a dish.
Oh, dish. I
A
read as
dish.
fish. My bad.
That shows you're truly from Goa.
Oh yeah. I just had fish in the evening, so maybe I'm just missing my fish. Do you have a story or anything to share? It will be great.
I do. It's actually connected to this movie, which I just mentioned. The Devil Made Me Do It. So, actually, for my podcast, I was researching this story, and then it was a coincidence. I was researching the story, and then a couple of days later, I saw this movie. So, this movie, The Devil Made Me Do It, I'm sure whoever watched it, you know that it's based on a real story, which happened in the 80s, where, this man, he was possessed, and that is why he did whatever he did, which was kill his wife's employer.
Hmm.
So the wife was working in that pet store, right? And the employer and him were hanging out, and he killed him. And even in real life, it was the same. He ended up killing his wife's employer, except the situation was slightly different. In the movie, it was more like they were drinking and loud music and this that, and they got into a fight, and then he became possessed and killed him. In real life, apparently, he was fixing the radio and then they got into a fight over the price of the radio, in the sense stereo, how much this guy had to be paid, and this guy got angry and then ended up killing him.
Hmm.
So that is the differences, but otherwise pretty much the movie was similar to what had happened.
So is
So
this this what you're telling right now? This
no,
is a
no, the
different
movie, the
case.
movie. No, 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 the
This is no. This is
movie.
the movie itself. Yeah.
The Devil Made Me Do It. I'm just talking about the real case.
Hmm.
Yeah, so the movie covered most of it, and whoever
Hmm.
watched it also, in case you didn't research,
Hmm.
it's real. Whatever was shown, not the part about the creepy parts. Obviously, all of that is exaggerated, but the case is real.
Hmm.
So coming to my story was something similar that happened in India because I was researching it for my podcast.
Hmm.
So in India, this happened in early 2000s in Orissa. This happened in the Orissa region. So
Hmm.
what happened was there was a small town in Orissa, and there was this empty land that this man wanted to buy, and this empty land had been empty for a long time, and this guy, he was desperate to buy it, maybe because the price was lower. And the reason the price was lower because again it had been empty for a long time, and all of this, because it's a small town, again you have to remember, a lot of the people had spread rumors about this land, saying that, oh, it's haunted, it has ghosts and this that, which is very typical in a lot of Indian small towns. But this man, he didn't care and he wanted to buy it. So he was coming from a different town or a different city maybe, and he was coming here for the purchase. So when
Hmm.
he came with his helper. So his helper was a Nepal man, from Nepalese man, and I'm sure most of us are from Asian countries, so we know that this is pretty common. Like, people have helpers. These businessmen have helpers, and even at home, some people have helpers. So this is nothing unusual. So he came with this Nepalese helper, and he was staying in this town until the purchase of this property happens. Then, coincidentally, at the same time, what happened was the owner of this property, who was selling the property off to this man, he had a tea stall. He owned a tea stall, and he was doing his daily work or whatever. He had a customer who came from another village, and he came to this town for work or whatever, and he got stuck here because it became late. Like, his work took longer, it became late, and he was scared to go back to his village in the night because you have to cross the forest. And forest, or maybe, I think, yes, it's a small forest. And that's why he was like, no, I don't want to go back, it's too late. So he tells this the tea stall owner, who's also the owner of that land, about this. The tea stall owner basically says, okay, fine, it's not a big deal, you can stay with me. You stay with me for tonight, tomorrow morning you leave to your house. So he said, okay. So now the story has become four people. You have the person who's come with his Nepalese helper to purchase, and you have the land owner who's also a tea stall owner, and now his customer with him.
Hmm.
There are four people now. And again, the coincidence was that now this tea stall owner is living close to the land that he's going to sell with his customer, the guy who has to leave the next day morning.
Hmm.
Then what happens? The guy who wanted to buy the house with his Nepalese helper, he finds out about this. That, okay, the owner is nearby and the guy's with him, and he basically comes up with this grand idea that he wants to go out in the night for a walk in the forest, because once he reaches this town, he gets to know from the local people that a lot of people did not buy his land because of again, ghosts and other things. And he
Hmm.
becomes very interested, like, oh, okay, this is exciting, I want to actually witness something creepy. It was nothing to do with the land or any of that. He was like, anyway, I'm buying the land for a cheap price, I'm not bothered, but
Hmm.
I want to experience something creepy, anyway I've come to this town. So he talks to the owner, that is the owner of the land, the tea stall owner, and he says that, what about you? You also want to go to the forest. The tea stall owner also was like, yeah, I don't have anything to do, so even I'll come with you. Let's go and explore. Now, the unfortunate part is these two men who are in a position of privilege, that is the landowner, come tea stall owner, plus the guy who's buying it, they both are interested because they're in a position of privilege where they can make the rules.
Hmm.
But their helpers, that is a Nepalese man, and then you have the guy who stuck with him because he was scared to go back to his village. They are not in a position of privilege, right? They're dependent on these two guys. They don't have a say in the matter. They're like, okay, fine, I have to do what I have to do. So they get forced to go along with these two men against their will. They don't want to, but they have to do it. So
Hmm.
now all four of these men are walking around the forest in the night when everything is dead. And in small towns in India, even till now, pretty much everything is dead after 9 o'clock. And in early 2000s, I'm assuming that was even earlier. So this
Hmm.
was, yeah, so everything was dark, and then they were walking around the forest. And then what happened? Suddenly, they as they were walking, they saw that in a particular part of this forest ahead of them, there were like these ghostly figures, like the shadows. There were like these shadows, and they heard these whispers, and they got freaked out. All of them got freaked out, and they were like, holy shit, it's a ghost." And it
Hmm.
legitimately looked creepy because there were like these multiple figures with shadows and whispers, as
Hmm.
though they were all talking together. Then what happens? The Nepalese helper, he takes a stick. Like there's something which a lot of Nepalese people apparently have, which is like a wooden stick or something of that sort. They have a name for it in Nepalese language, and a lot of these helper people, they carry that as protection. And he always had it with him. He took the stick and then he goes running and starts beating up the figures, the shadowy figures, because
Hmm.
he thinks that this is the only way to protect them. And the rest of the group, which is the remaining three people, they also run behind him. So they are not like trying to hit anyone, they just run behind him because they're like, oh, he's going to protect us. So he starts beating this group, and then within like what, 5-10 minutes time, the entire group realizes that these are humans. Like the
Shit.
group was a bunch of humans, and one of
Hmm.
the people from the group was actually a woman, a very young woman, and she falls down on the floor. And in that
Okay.
process, even other people have been injured. And then,
Hmm.
of course, the police are called and blah blah. And then the end of the case, you find out that the woman actually died because he hit her so hard that she died, this young
Oh
woman.
shit.
And the others who were injured lived because they were just injured, they did not die, thankfully. It was just this one woman. Obviously, the Nepalese helper was arrested, and then the case started. And this is the interesting part of the case, which was similar to this, the devil made me do it.
Hmm.
In the devil made me do it, they said he was possessed, and that was their
Hmm.
defense. But in this case, this man was not possessed, so they used the
Hmm.
defense of he didn't know any better.
Hmm.
So, as per his educational qualifications, his intelligence level, all of that, it was very low. He has never had an education. His
Hmm.
intelligence level was low. He has always been this man's helper. This man, the guy who's come to buy the land, he was
Hmm.
already aware that this the ghost stories in the town and all of that. He already knew that, and
Hmm.
hence the helper also knew that through this man. So the helper doesn't know any better, right? As a person with this intelligence level, all he knows is okay. If I see a ghost, I attack a ghost, and ghosts are real.
Oh shit.
Whereas
Yeah.
the guy buying the land, and then you have the landowner, they
Hmm.
know that it's not like that, and they have the intellect level to understand. Okay, I'm not supposed to just start hitting something. I'm just going to take a step back. But they did nothing. They let him go forward and start beating up these figures while they just watched and tried not to intervene. So they use that as a defense that he did it out of self protection. It's not
Hmm.
like he genuinely wanted to harm someone. He thought that they are going to attack him, and he truly believed that these were ghosts. And he did it. And actually, the blame should be on the rest of the group and not him. So that was their defense. They could not blame the rest of the group because they did not participate in it. But it was seen as okay, that is true. The rest of the group is actually at fault here. And then that case went on for a while, and eventually he actually got acquitted. The judges let him go because they were like, it's true. He, as per the Nepalese culture, uh, they believe that ghosts are real, and that there are these helpers who protect people from this. Like they always carry protection, and this is what they would do normally. They would just attack. And in this case also, the forest was so dark he couldn't have seen that these are
Hmm.
humans, and that is why he did. So it's a genuine case of trying to protect yourself, or self defense. So they actually acquitted him, and he was freed. And the actual point, which was who are these people and why were they in the forest, these group of humans. So actually, there were a bunch of women. They were a group of women who used to come out to the forest at night to collect flowers,
Oh
and
shit.
because there's no
Okay.
light, you cannot make out. So they all used to like
Hmm.
gather around and collect flowers and discuss. But when you're standing afar, it looks like shadows and whispers.
Hmm. So it was a misunderstanding.
But it really is a case of ghosts made me do it. Except he was acquitted. He was not
But it
convicted.
was not a ghost story, but now it has become a ghost story because someone is dead. And they were collecting flowers so that they could put it on her grave. I'm really sorry, but
My
that
God.
was bad. But eventually he's free, right? Now that
He is freed because of this reasoning that it seemed like a genuine case of self defense because he truly believed in ghosts.
but you tell me what you would have done. Like if you would be in the same situation, would you go and attack the ghost to, protect you, or you would run?
Definitely not attack because normally it is not in our nature when you see some ghost or supernatural thing to attack.
Yeah,
Your normal nature is to be like run, like literally run. But I think for him it was different, right? Culturally, he was not,
yeah,
he was supposed to protect his master, so he
correct.
meant to attack. But for me, culturally, it's to run and stay the hell away from these things.
Same here. But if I was just imagining, if let's assume if that, like the ghost figure when they seen, if they it would be coming towards them, and then he would have attacked, it would also make sense because I would have done that. Like if something is coming, I would have
Mm.
at least tried to, just try to hit it and move it aside, like not kill a person, but at least,
That is a reflex action.
yeah.
But this was
But
not a reflex action. He went and attacked them. They didn't come to him.
so you should take this guy to investigate all these haunted locations. You never know. There really might be no ghosts. There might be only criminals who are hiding in such places. Nikki is also saying, "Run." It's quite creepy.
Yeah, but your instinct also would be to run, right? If you're in a forest and you saw shadowy figures and whispers, you would also run away from there, right?
See, first I would have peed there only immediately. Then I would have ran from there because. But sometimes, when you are at that situation, you don't know what to do. Your
Mm.
mind, completely gets blank, and you're frozen. So you don't know actually what to do. So it's quite strange and creepy.
And
But
it's
it's
also,
interesting, yeah.
yeah, it is strange and creepy. That is true. But it's also something that I don't think, what's the word? I don't think I would do that as well. Like go to a forest in the middle of the night. That's just not something I would do.
Yeah, no one would have done that. So you have already uploaded this episode on your podcast or not
Yes,
yet?
I have. I have. It's called Legal versus Supernatural.
Okay. For people who are this Nikki is new, so and people who are this new, you can just share your podcast information as well, so people can follow you as well.
Sure, but I it says sending messages only supported for the host.
So I have to do that.
Yes, it says I'm not able to send everyone else a message. I can only send you a message.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Otherwise, just tell it. Then I will put it in the comment section or in the description. I'll put your channel link. You can
Yeah.
tell about your channel.
Sure. You want the link or should I just go ahead?
Otherwise, you send the link in private, then I will put it on public chat, and
Sure.
then you
Are
can
you
tell it.
also uploading video podcast episodes?
Yes, on Spotify.
Yes, on Spotify.
Yeah, yeah. Even I have uploaded the Nun ka review
Ah, okay.
already tonight.
Can you see my message? I've sent it to you.
Yeah, yeah. I've got it. You can tell the people. I will just put the link in the chat.
So for anyone who is interested in anything supernatural, it doesn't have to be that you need to have an interest in complete supernatural, but even if you're interested in supernatural just a little bit, you should check out my podcast. It's connected to folklore and myths, investigating real locations, all of that. Anything connected to the supernatural I have covered in my podcast. It's also more about, is this real or is this not? It's not a podcast about, okay, let's come and explore about ghosts. It's more about, does this happen, does this not, are these places worth visiting? So check it out if that is something that interests you.
Yes, and the link is also there in the chat. What's the name? The
DC
horror?
horror.
Sorry, what's the name?
Desi horror.
Desi horror. Yeah. Sorry, it's been so many months. My bad. I just forgot.
Hani Pasha is like, I'm extreme. I'm interested in extreme supernatural. Yes, Hani, extreme also is covered. All anything supernatural is covered.
Yeah, extreme. Yeah. Nikki is saying I will check it out. Yes, please go check it out. And I think so on Spotify you have to give some reviews or some stars.
Please feel
So
free and
yeah,
make sure it's
please.
5. If it's not 5, do not rate me.
Yeah. Hani is in a different world. Like go to the graveyard after getting drunk. Who goes to the graveyard after getting
The
drunk?
characters like the story I just told you. How these 4 men from a small town decide to go to a forest. Hani is this.
But there is one interesting short story which one of my friend told me. So he is an alcoholic. Okay, he is in his 30s. Okay, and when he was, I think so, 19 or 20, his dad passed away. Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
he was kind of close to his dad and this and that. And from where he came, right now he's with is in Oman itself, but from where he came, his culture was kind of very open in the sense of drinking and smoking, and that used to happen at home as well. So he started drinking at a very early age. So whenever he used to miss his father, he and his friend in the middle of the night he used to go jump the wall, go to the graveyard, and go and sit on his dad's grave and make an extra peg and keep on the grave, and they used to sit and drink there. And later on, they even made friends with the watchman, and the watchman used to say, "Jao, Baba, tum log jao, बैठो पियो और फिर उसके बाद घर पे जाओ." So he told me that he has gone drunk. Sometime he has gone there and started drinking. Like he reached there sober, but later on he got drunk, and he has never ever in his life experienced anything paranormal or anything supernatural in the graveyard. Because as kid growing up, at least uh, from where I come, they say that it's the most haunted place because the dead is resting there
Mm-hmm.
and blah blah blah, this that and all. But it is everyone's perspective, because according to him he was going and meeting his dad, and he felt that it was his dad, he was what was protecting him or what, I don't know, but he felt more calm and more safe whenever he used to miss his dad. He used to go and sit there and drink.
That is more of a psychological thing, right? Because it's he doesn't have to connect the graveyard with something evil. For him, his connection is okay. My dad's
Hmm.
last resting place. So it depends on how you see it. Like for
Hmm.
me, for example, I would see it as a scary place because I don't have any, close loved ones who have passed. So I don't see it as okay. This is a last resting place of this. I'm like, oh shit, there are a lot of dead people there. I'm not going to go there at night. But for him, it's different. So depends on how you perceive it. And for him, going and sitting there gives him a sense of comfort, right? So it's unlikely that suddenly you will start experiencing fear.
Yeah, but I'm not sure. But I have narrated my personal story a couple of times. Did I tell you about it, or I haven't?
That you went
I
and
am
sat in the graveyard.
No, something happened to me in the graveyard. Okay,
Okay.
I'll just keep it very short. So, as growing up, I used to be a very active member in church, and there is something called as altar service. So, when the service is on, and when the priest is, giving his sermon, there are small kids who are there who help the priest. So they are called as altar boys. And before the service and after the service, we used to have practice. So one Sunday, so the service got over around 11 o'clock in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
and after service we had to wait for an hour to practice how to go, when to go to the priest, what you have to do, xyz, this that and all. So we finished everything by 12:30. Now the parish where I come from, there is a church in the center, okay, and around that, on the right hand side, there is a small chapel, and backside of the church there is a graveyard, and the whole church area or the parish area is close or connected to a beach, or you can see a sea. So it is very obvious for it to be windy, or it blows sometime in the afternoon
Mhm.
and all. So that afternoon, when we came out from our practice, normally in the church vicinity, a lot of people are there, either praying or going to the office or meeting this and that and all. But that afternoon, I found it very strange. There was no one, absolutely no one in the church vicinity. So that time I was not into horror so much, but yeah, we used to get scared and this and that. And also, one of my friends, he told me that let's go to the grave, let's go to the graveyard, I mean. And that time, it was exciting for us to do all these crazy things. So the graveyard is built in such a way that there is right and left there are graves, and in the center there is like an aisle walking area, and then if you walk till the end of the graveyard there is a big cross. So the challenge was that we'll go touch the cross and we'll come back. So that was like a dare, but we have to walk individually, like we have to go together, but we cannot like walk together in the same line, we have to walk one after the other. So a couple of my friends, they started walking, and I was like the last person walking. Now I'm not. Have you been to a graveyard, like a Christian graveyard,
Yeah, yeah, I
anytime?
have. I
Yeah,
have.
you have been, right? So now there are different kinds of grave, in the sense like a person who has passed away 1 year before. If you see their grave, it's completely dry. There are few candles lit, but you will able to make out that this is extremely, like you can say, a year back or something. So when I was walking, I seen a grave which had fresh flowers, candles were still lit, and since we were close to the sea area, it was completely blowing that afternoon. So when I was walking, I seen the cross which is there on the grave, it fell down. Okay, so I don't know what told me, but someone or something told me from within, go carry the cross and put it back. So I went, carried the cross, and I put it back in a normal pace. Okay, I did not use a lot of force. Then I came back to the aisle area. I started walking, went till the cross, spoke to my friends, blah blah blah. We were coming back. Now again, I seen the cross fallen. So now there is a logical reason, because it is blowing, or maybe I did not put it in a proper way, so it fell. Now again, something told me, go and put it back again. But this time I used a lot of force, where it where the cross went, you can say, a little bit extra down as compared to it had to be. So I did that, and then I came back to the aisle area. The minute I started walking towards the exit of the graveyard, I can still remember that day to date, because I know that when I left from that graveyard, it was not me alone who left, because I felt someone was there. Like, I felt extremely heavy within me. So I left, I took a rig, I went home, and the minute I reached home, I felt sick, in the sense like I got high fever. I was like, on bed sleeping the whole day for almost a week. Now back then, when we used to fall sick, my mom used to not take us to the doctor immediately. She had her own home remedies, like putting the hanky in cold water and then putting on your head. So she tried a lot of things. And we used to have this crocin tablet which we used to get. So she gave me that as well. Nothing happened. Now it's
Hmm.
been 2 or 3 days. I am completely sleeping. I don't know anything. And sometimes when you fall sick because you have weakness in the body, and I felt that. And sometimes even when you're sick, you get up, you take your medicines, you eat, you go to sleep, you still have that memory. But that 1 week, I don't have any memory in terms of what I was doing. I only remember that they took me to the doctor. They gave me medicines. I was kind of recovering, but I was not in my senses. Now, at least a week, I did not know what was happening in the house. Now let's assume now you are living on your own. When you get up, you pick this bottle, okay, and then you keep it here. So the bottle is here. You pick you pick a bag and you keep it in the bedroom, or you take your clothes and you put it in your cupboard. I didn't know what my mom was doing. And in India, in my house, we had an altar. On the altar, there was candles, there was Bible, there was rosary, everything. Then down of the altar, there is a TV table. On the TV table, there were unwanted things like remote and XYZ. I I'm I'm not joking,
Hmm.
but after a week, I got up. Okay, I straight from the bedroom, I straight walked towards the TV table which was in the hall, and there was the Bible on the TV table. Now I didn't know that because for a week I was sleeping. I went there and I did not do anything. I did not go anywhere. I straight went like someone told me, like, boss, you go to that place. So I went there and I touched the Bible. Now the feeling of when your hand is burned and you put your hand in ice, you feel that relief. I felt that relief in the sense that my fever which had reached my head, it started going immediately down. And this is not real, but I kind of experience the paranormal and God at the same time. Because before that, whenever I used to go to church and whenever they used to teach us all the prayers, I was just reading it, and I had to by heart that the all the prayers. But that day when I touched my hand on the Bible and when I said the prayers, I actually could mean it. And from that day to date, whenever I say my prayers, I mean whatever I say because I can actually feel what I'm saying.
Hmm.
And uh, I kind of understood both the worlds, the religious way as well and the paranormal way as well. And I can tell you this was nothing which was playing in my mind, because the whole week I was sleeping. I got up suddenly and I didn't know that the Bible was there, and I went and touched it. And it's not a paranormal story, but for me it's like more like a miracle story where I feel that I got introduced to God in this way. So I had narrated this story when I started my channel quite some time, 2 3 years before. So yeah, this was my personal experience on how I actually started believing in God. And I always tell, I always tell in all my episodes as well, that no matter what, God is always going to win. I don't want to make this like a religious episode, but I
Hmm.
am done. I'm just saying that God is always going to win, and yeah, that's what I can say.
Definitely. I mean, it does seem like faith based incident.
Yeah,
Like after some time, you're like, okay, I need to have faith in order to get through this.
yeah, and I don't know, like it like no one forced me to do anything, or it just
Mm-hmm.
happened to me, like it was a calling. I don't know. I can't give a proper explanation because I went through it. And that is why when anyone comes and tell their story as well, I don't judge them.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, I will listen to it and I will try to find a logical explanation.
Hmm.
But sometimes the person who experience it, they themselves know what actually happened, and sometimes it gets difficult to even explain what they actually went through. But sometimes it gets difficult to even put it in words.
Yeah, yeah. But that is
Yeah,
what a calling is, right? A calling is that there is no logical explanation to it.
yeah, I think so. Yeah. Let's hope. Let's go back to Hani. Desmond, please come every Tuesday. Where to come? In Germany or in Oman? I will come every Tuesday. Don't worry. Otherwise, I don't enjoy my drink. Oh my god.
He's using you for entertainment.
What
Alcohol
is this?
entertainment.
But at least he's there, you know. At least he's there. I
Hmm.
remember one person, he sent me a message on Instagram. He's saying that uh thank you so much. I started listening to your podcast and I was really excited. Sorry.
Hmm.
I was really excited. And towards the end he says that, you know, that I used to not get sleep. So now whenever I listen to your podcast, I get good sleep at night.
Is that
I
really the
said,
target audience? I thought your podcast is supposed to invigorate people, but this is like putting them to sleep.
I don't know. It was just one person out of everyone. But I like Hani. Huh? Hani is much better. At least he's sitting and enjoying something. Nikki saying,
But
I
then
think
maybe, you know,
graveyards.
it's your voice. Like some people, they might
Hmm,
find your voice calm and that's why they want to sleep.
is it? My voice is so calm.
You have to take all the compliments you get. You can't help
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm not saying anything, but like
it.
I was wondering, like, really sleep. Then, you know, actually, I started making joke as well. Like, you know, whenever a friend used to say, "Arey, I'm feeling difficult in sleeping," and also then I should tell them, like, you know, I have a nice episode. You should listen to it. Not in less than 1 minute, you'll go to sleep. It will really help you. Yeah, but
Anyway,
you have
I
to
have
take.
to leave now because I have to make dinner and my cooking
Okay.
time is going to be long for this dish.
No worries. I hope I'll see you next Tuesday as well.
Yes, so
We
we will
will.
meet next Tuesday.
This was a tried and tested thing. This was just a normal conversation. Next week, I will think about like a particular topic where we can either debate about it or we'll do something. We'll pick a theme and then we can
Yeah,
focus on that. If there
cool,
is any suggestions, you can let me know, or people who are watching us also can let us know any suggestions. Then we can do that.
cool. So I'll see you all next week. Bye. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Swati. Take care. See you. And that was Swati Rao. Thank you, Swati. Please don't forget to check her podcast as well. The podcast name is Desi Horror. The link is, I will put the link again. Okay, so don't forget to check her podcast as well. Now, let me read the chats. Nikki is saying, I think graveyards are rather peaceful. Even I feel, because after my experience I have been to, actually the thing is, you know, I feel graveyards are peaceful but I do not visit it. It's not because of a graveyard, but I just don't like to uh, go for funerals because I am an overthinker and I overthink a lot. And when I had gone for one of a friend's funeral or something, I could actually start imagining my loved ones, you know, and I don't want to experience that, or I don't want to go through that feeling. So I avoid. I have, yeah, as far as I know, it's just my grandmother's funeral I was there at. And after that, I avoid going for funerals. I just can't. Hani is saying graveyards are beautiful. Yes. Hani is saying you are very brave, Desmond. Yes, I am. A demon fellow, it seems. You were possessed. Remote control is not unwanted. I never experienced God. Hani, you will. I'm telling you, inshallah, you will one day. Don't worry. Tell him hello on my behalf. You can tell him on yourself only. Nikita, I'm saying. Nikki is saying bye. No, I understand that. Okay, Nikki, bye. Thank you for coming. If you have a story, please, for the next stream, you can join in as well and share. And yeah, this is the end of the stream. Every stream will try to do something where we will be sharing ghost stories, but we can pick a topic as well and we can discuss. Kitten, sorry. Kitten, thank you, sir. I'm very scared. Why are you scared? Why are you scared? Kitten, pussy, pussy, cat. No, don't answer. Okay, Kitten, do you have a story? Then I will. I can continue. If you have a story, then I don't mind you joining in and sharing a story. So if Kitten is coming, then I can wait. Anyways, if Kitten wants to join in, the link is there in the description of this video. So go click that and join in. Meanwhile, we'll see if he's joining or not. Kitten is saying, "Can I have time to type, friend?" Okay, again, okay. This is Kitten and Nikki. Nikki is saying, "All right, I'll try to join the stream next time. I have a few stories I can share." Yes, please, Nikki. Please don't forget to join in. But Nikki, before you go, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Don't forget to like the stream, and for this is for everyone as well, because my target, and I am manifesting this, that 10k subscribers by end of 2023. This is my target, and only you guys can help. So share this episode, like this episode, share my channel with friends and family who enjoy horror stuff. Invite them for the horror live, so more people can join in and more people can share their experiences, because Nikki she's been there before, but now I feel she's going to be regular. Kitten is saying, "I understand, sir. Sorry, sir. Already did, sir. Thank you so much for stream." Nikki is saying, "All right, done, buddy. Thank you, Nikki." Uh, Kitten is saying, "Wait, I have a question." Okay, Kitten, bring it on. What is your question? Where is Muskan? Where is Hani? Alex is gone. Swati is gone. Aviral is gone. Okay, but I know Muskan is listening. Is Muskan listening? Then let me know in the comments. Hani, are you making your peg? If you're done drinking, then you can comment. Kitten is saying, "How do you produce such high quality stories?" It is because of y'all. Y'all send me the stories and I narrate it. That's very simple. And yeah, that's a very simple question. Simple answer. Y'all share so many stories. I write it down and I narrate it. Kitten, is it the first time you have joined my stream? How did you get to know about my channel? And if you have a story and if you're feeling shy, then you can even email me with your story, or you can DM me on Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram. So it will be really great, because there are people who feel shy and they don't want to come online. So I tell them to share it by email or send me a message on Instagram. Kitten, do you have any other question? Because it's already 1 hour 35 minutes and it's time for me to have my dinner. Okay, Kitten, thank you so much. I hope you have subscribed to my channel, and tomorrow I am releasing an episode where I have given in detail about the movie Nun 2. I've spoken about it, and you will get to know why I actually did not enjoy the movie, even though the storyline is good. So stay tuned for that episode as well. And another thing is there, that I will be doing movie reviews, I will be doing horror lives, I will be narrating stories, I'll be reacting to horror content. But I also want to know what else I can do. And this is what I need help from you guys. You need to suggest me and let me know what else I can do. So please feel free to comment after the video gets over, after the live stream gets over. Comment, send me an email, send me a message on Instagram, give me your feedback, because Kitten said, Kitten actually asked a very nice question: how do you produce such high quality stories or high quality content? I want to do it and I can do it and I will do it only if you guys give me the feedback. So keep giving me feedbacks, keep giving me suggestions on what I can do more, which will keep you guys interesting. Because see, eventually I do enjoy horror content, and I'm doing it not for me, I'm doing it for you guys, so you also enjoy with me. Because if I keep you entertained, I will be entertained, and that's my main motive. So anyways, Kitten, I think so you will not be joining in. No worries, but please don't forget to join in my next live stream. I really want you to join in my next live stream and share a story. Please, at least once, so you have to come and share a story. So, and here we are towards the end of the live stream. After a month, I'm back, and this time I'm going to be consistent, regular, and I'm going to entertain you guys. So, thank you so much for everything. And the next live stream will be more interesting because I will come up with a topic. If you have any suggestions, please feel free. But stay around, stick, and thank you so much. That's all I can say. Thank you so much for everything, for supporting me, for believing in me. And one day we will be a big community. So thank you so much, everyone. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And remember one thing, someone somewhere is watching you right now. So happy haunting. Thank you and peace out.